don't talk about me while I'm gone. Now, honey, though our friendship ceases from now on, and if you can't say anything real nice, it's better than to talk it out. That's my advice. You go your way, I'll do mine, best we do. Here's a kiss, I hope that this will bring some luck to you. It makes no difference how I carry on. Now honey, please don't talk about me while I'm gone. Play now. Alright folks, welcome back. And this week we're going to be taking a look at one of my faves, a great Leon Redbone classic called Please Don't Talk About Me When I'm Gone. I must apologise to Mr. Redbone. Unfortunately, we are going to talk about him a little bit today. So, what I'm going to do is walk you through how I like to play the song when I play it solo, unaccompanied. Just a simple finger-picking guitar that's pretty self-sufficient, you know. And I have the guitar tuned to E flat standard so that when I play a G chord, it's actually sounding as F sharp. And then on the recording, what I did was, because we're playing in a group context, I added a second guitar part, a rhythm guitar, kind of a very simple gypsy jazz style accompaniment. So just a very simple chord voicings with some rhythm accompaniment and some little melodies woven in there too. So what I'll do is I'll demonstrate you both of these guitar parts, and you can choose either one or the other, or a combination of both as you see fit. And this is just how I play the song, you know. Credit to Mr. Redbone and everyone else who plays the tune their own way. I'll just teach you the way that I like to do it, okay? So starting off, real simple. I'll just play through the intro and first verse and show you what's going on there. Please don't talk about me while I'm gone. Now honey, though our friendship ceases from now on, well, if you, and so on. So as you can see, play at a very slow pace here, and I'm just holding down the chords and using my thumb to keep time. So the thumb is on the beat, you know, the thumb is a drum on this one, and your index finger is kind of brushing in between for the most part. So let's walk through the chords. It's one bar on the G, switch into B7 at the 4th fret, so just a bar and grab the 7 on top, 2, 3, 4, E7, 2 bars on E7, down to A7, D7, back to the root, and up to the 5. Repeats. Can't say anything real nice. It's better than to talk at all. That's my advice. Stay on the G here. B7, 2 bars. E7, 2 bars. Same with A7. Watch out. Back in. Alright, so before we go through that bridge section, let's just go back to the verse and look at G, B7, 2 bars on E7. This bit It's really simple, but it's really cool how it follows the vocal melody. So what I do here, you've got 2 bars on E7, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're just holding time for the first bar. The second bar, you're going to play a bass line on every beat in the bar. So beat 1 is the root, so just the open E string, 1. Beat 2, you move down to the open D string, C, B on beat 4. So that puts you in position to play the A, beat 1 of the next bar. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So that follows the vocal like this. Now, honey, please don't talk about me while I'm gone. Nice. Okay, and then we're going to walk up to this B7. I go my best, we do. Here's a kiss. I hope that this sure brings some luck to you. So again, we're always following the vocals here with the guitar. So once we've descended, B7, E7, A7, we land on this D7 and we're just going to strum on every beat. Drop it down flat, down to C, back up, and then landing on the D, stop it sharp, back into the verse. So that's pretty simple stuff. Following there would be another sung verse, and then coming out of that verse you'd be landing on your D7. I like to play a simple little finger-picked guitar solo using the chords as the main foundation, and I just pick out this simple little melody. Into the bridge again. Alright, so one more time, real slowly through what that is. Okay. So that should all be pretty clear. Obviously, little things to watch out for there. You're just trying to keep the thumb doing that as best as you can all the time. So obviously it can't manage it all the time, but where possible. And again here, when I land on this E7, I'm just grabbing all of those strings and just pinching them. And then sliding up to the inversion at the 7th fret. All that's happening there is these 2 fingers are switching position, sliding up. So notice that these 2 fingers are actually staying exactly where they already are, like so. This time I focus on the pinky for the melody, down to A, and that one. We've got the open E string against the D note there, and then we land on the G to finish off. Simples. Okay, then at the end of the song, so we go through another bridge verse section, takes us to the end, and as we're coming around that verse, don't talk about me while I'm gone. So that takes us into a repeat of that line to close out the song. So all you're doing there is when you get back to the G, you play 3 beats, and an F7, E7. Okay, so beat 4 of that bar is the F7. Honey, please don't talk about me while I'm gone. So that's how I like to end the song, with that minor 4 chord, the C minor in there. So the thing to watch out for here is when you're coming into that turnaround, A7 to the D7, see it coming, you know, look around the corner before you get there. Take a look there, A7. When you land on this D, boom, start to slow down here. Leave it hanging and resolve. So that's the way to make that bit land, is just to have control when you hit that D7. And spread out that G chord straight into your C minor and back. Alright, so that's about it for the fingerpicking stuff. Let's switch guitars and I'll show you some rhythm accompaniment.
You go your way, I'll mine. Yes, there's no kiss. I hope that this brings some love to you. It makes no difference how I carry on. Now, honey, please don't talk about me while I'm gone.
Okay, so as I said at the start, we're in the key of F sharps, and this guitar is in standard tuning. So we're just going to need to move all of those chord shapes down one semitone, so the G now becomes the actual F sharp. B7 is B flat, E flat 7, A flat 7, D flat 7. It's all relative, you know. Once you get the pattern, it's just, you've just moved everything down one block each. So if you're going to play it in standard tuning in F sharp, just take a little time to get accustomed to where those shapes live on the fretboard, and it'll become perfectly natural in no time. Okay, so for the rhythm accompaniment, starting off on the root chord. So, the first thing is the right hand, okay? I'm using a Gypsy Jazz plectrum, and this is by Killing Nonis, wonderful English luthier, and he makes these picks. This is really thick, 4mm thick pick, and it gives a nice, you know, full tone compared to the thin, normal picks that acoustic players use. So that's one part of it, using a thick pick, and the other part is to be quite heavy-handed. Doesn't mean like attack the guitar as such, it's just the rhythm needs to be like a drum, you know, so. And this is quite a slow song, so it's actually quite tricky to hold that slow rhythm and not interfere too much. So you don't want to hit the guitar super hard. And this guitar in particular is fairly loud, so you have to be quite careful. You could even partly mute the strings here for the accompaniment, like so. Okay, so that's some stuff to think about with the right hand. Just kind of keep it like a drum, up and down, boom, boom, boom. I'm using all down strums for the most part, and occasionally to vary the rhythm, I'll add a little up-down vibe. So. So you can add those little upstrokes to vary the rhythm, but at first I would practice just sticking strictly with down strums on the beats. Keep it really simple, and then after a while, naturally you'll start to vary the rhythm. Okay, the other thing is the voicings I'm using. So the first one I just play a full chord on the F sharp, and then when I move up to the B flat 7, I'm using my rear fingers to grab that. So, you know, that would be the chord, but I don't need all of that noise, so you just cut it down to a little 3-finger, much more jazzy voicing, more commonly used in jazz and swing and gypsy jazz music, because it's not going to interfere as much with the group or the soloist or the singer or whomever. Okay, now from this position I end up playing my E flat 7 like this. The root note for E flat is actually here, so I'm playing this B flat instead as an alternate root, because I don't want to hurt the bassist's feelings by stepping on his root notes all the time, so I'm doing the decent thing here. So E flat 7, and then if you want to follow the vocal like we did in the fingerpicking version, you can go like that, down to your A7. So once again, here, we're looking at the middle finger. Yeah, so you can still play that bass line real easy. A7, D7. So again, this is the same thing. B7, E flat, A7, D7. Same shapes, repeated, okay? And then we get back home. Okay, and then into the bridge section, I'm gonna go like this. Okay, so the tremolo strummed bit, remember your root note is not the E flat, it's the B flat, and it means that the tremolo strumming is happening really on these 3 strings, so you don't want to be strumming the whole guitar. That's an unnecessary amount of energy to expend. Just going to keep your tremolo quite tight. Just practice doing it very slowly and then speeding up when you're ready. If you're speeding up and you're tensing up your muscles in your arm, then you're doing it wrong. You must keep your arm completely relaxed all the time. Also resist the urge to anchor yourself on the guitar somehow. Just gently close your fingers. The pick should be perpendicular to your thumb. And up and down, up and down, up and down. Practice it on 1 string and then try to introduce the other strings next to it. That's one way to practice it. And also the actual count for this, you know, this chord is taking the space of 2 bars, but we only want to tremolo for 5 beats. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So remember to stop on beat 1 of the 2nd bar when you're on the E flat 7, E flat 9. Moving into the next chord, A flat 7. So for this I'm getting a little inner voicing here. Get rid of that big bar chord, we don't need that. We just want this little 7 here. Basically like a D chord shape, just moved onto different strings. And to get the melody, it's easier actually if you just flatten your index finger here, put your middle finger onto the G string, 5th fret. So you've got that little A flat 7 triad. And then your ring finger can step up, then your pinky, back to the ring, back to the index. And this little melody comes out. Okay, down strums all the way, boom, boom, boom. And then when we come out of that one into a little chromatic D7, and for this one you can kind of just pick downwards. When you get to the B string, so go down and then up on the same string, you know. you come out of that chromatic D7 thing, stop real sharp and keep the time for 2 beats and then back in. Well, that about covers everything. I hope you found this useful. As I said, this is just the way that I played the tune. There is no right or wrong way to play it. Always advise you to go and listen to Mr. Redbone himself and study from the greats. But I hope you found this little lesson useful in any case. All the best. We'll see you guys next week. Take care. Practice hard. Cheers.
Now, honey, please don't talk about me while I'm. Honey, please don't talk about me while I'm gone.